Anthony Joshua versus Jermaine Franklin. Anthony Joshua had a very disappointing performance. If you base his performance on the promotion of the fight, this was supposed to be AJ's comeback fight. The fight where he solidifies that he is a top heavyweight. Just because he lost to Usyk twice, it doesn't mean he's out of the picture of title contention. And he brutally knocks out Jermaine Franklin. That was what was expected and promoted, pretty much. A return of the Anthony Joshua of old, where he brutally knocks people out and takes heads and is aggressive. That didn't happen. Anthony Joshua didn't have a horrible performance, but he didn't have a great performance either against Jermaine Franklin. Let's start with the positives for AJ. His stamina was pretty good. He looked measured and composed, and his jab looked nice. However, first of all, he didn't throw enough combinations. I mean, he can fire off at 3, 4, 5 punch combinations in like 2 seconds. Why doesn't he do it? I get that he's scared to get hit, but the issue he had with the first Ruiz fight wasn't his combinations, it was him coming in close with Ruiz and trading inside the pocket, which is Ruiz's bread and butter. He's a faster puncher than AJ, so that's what fucked AJ in the first Ruiz fight. But if you just throw combinations at mid-range, I think AJ would have a lot more success, and he just didn't do that in this Jermaine Franklin fight. Again, it's not a great performance, but it's not terrible. It's kind of a standard AJ performance post-2019, post-Ruiz. His new trainer obviously is fantastic. He's trained world champions, so he must know what he's doing. But I think one fight with a new trainer is not enough time for that relationship to develop, so I'll be interested to see him and his new trainer continue working together. I don't think we've seen Derek James really mold AJ and turn him into a brand new fighter. That didn't happen this time around. And the people that were expecting that, I feel like we're putting a bit too much pressure on AJ. I feel like AJ should have had a better performance and he should have knocked out Jermaine Franklin, but I feel like Jermaine was better than people expected and AJ wasn't as good as people expected. This performance at least. I'm not saying AJ's a bad boxer or anything like that, but this performance specifically, he underperformed, I must say. Jermaine Franklin, I want to see him fight again, man. He did look very slick early on. Of course, he did start to fade, but for those first 6 rounds, man, he was in it. I think he won about 3 rounds overall, 3, 4, and 7 maybe. But I think during those first 6 rounds, the first half of the fight, he carried himself well. His poor stamina got the better of him, and that's where AJ should have finished him, but he just didn't. That Ruiz fight really scarred him for life, man. I don't know what's the go, but hopefully he can throw more combinations and actually be more aggressive. Again, he doesn't need to stay in the pocket. I think that's the issue he had with a Ruiz fight. He was careless. He was staying in the pocket with Ruiz when he could have just jabbed his face off and throw combinations from the outside. So where does AJ go from here? I'm not too sure, to be honest. I mean, Dillian Whyte's that fight is probably going to happen in the middle of the year, but after that, man, I have no idea. It's kind of hard to say because of the heavyweight division. I don't really know what's going to happen with the heavyweight landscape and Usyk and Fury. I don't know what's happening there. With Wilder, people like that, Ruiz, Joe Joyce. I don't know anything, and nobody else does. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on with the heavyweight division, so it's kind of hard to predict Anthony Joshua's future and whether he will fight those guys or not. It remains to be seen. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in AJ's performance, but he did fine. He did what he had to do. I just hope that with his new trainer, he can work on being aggressive without, being overly aggressive, like educated pressure. That's what AJ needs at the moment, and yeah, man, hopefully this new trainer can bring it out come the Dillian Whyte rematch. See you guys next time. Bye.